On the Global TV News Prime, next seat over state police as government plan forest guards. Lagos, Ogun, fuel stations short over supply disruptions. Burna Boy, Rema among winners at 2024 Heart Radio Music Awards. Children injured in Finland school, shooting, minor apprehended. And in sport, Paris 2024 qualifier, Swats unbeat Bayana will beat Super Falcons. Hello and welcome to all the viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Edikan Michael. No fewer than 10 states had begun the process of deploying forest guards to protect farmers and flush out bandits. At President Bola Tinubu's meeting with the governors last February, the federal government and state agreed to recruit forest rangers and invest in more training to keep the forests and the border safe. The Information Minister, Mohammed Idris, made this known while briefing State House correspondent after the National Economic Council meeting in Abuja. The National Economic Council reconvened later this month as more state governments have submitted their report expressing their support on the establishment of the state police. The House of Representatives Committee on Disabilities has invited the management of a popular food outlet, Kentucky Fried Chicken, over the alleged ill treatment of Adebola Daniel, son of former Ogun State Governor Benga Daniel, and the person living with a disability. The committee's chairman, Bashiru Ayinla, disclosed this while briefing House of Representatives correspondent at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. Adebola, a wheelchair user, was said to have been denied access to the KFC outlet within the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, last week, with the manager quoted as saying that no wheelchair allowed. Speaking on the development, the lawmaker said they have invited KFC and there will be an investigation based on house rules. He added that discriminatory incidents are lighted by Daniel's public account shed light on the challenges being faced by individuals with disabilities in the country. Now, the Kano State Hospital's Management Board has sacked 3 staff members of Cabo General Hospital and suspended 3 others for alleged extortion. The sacking and suspension of the affected staff were approved by the Executive Secretary of the Board, Dr. Mansur Nagoda, after an unscheduled visit to the facility. This is contained in a statement by the Public Relations Officer of the Hospital's Management Board, Samira Suleiman. According to the statement, 3 officers of the X-ray unit were caught charging patients $12,000 for X-rays against the approved hospital price of $2,000 and no document to show as evidence of payment, leaving the facility to carry out less than 10 X-rays per week, despite the fact that 2 X-ray batteries are functional. The Executive Secretary of the Board, however, approved the immediate dismissal of the 3 officers on grounds of extortion of patients. The Private Telecommunications and Communications Senior Staff Association of Nigeria has declared an indefinite strike effective midnight on Thursday, April 4, 2024. The union said that the decision was deemed necessary due to the relentless anti-labor practices against field engineers perpetrated by the subcontractors. According to them, the subcontractors include REM Group, All Stream Energy Solutions Limited, Quest Limited, Telium Nigeria Limited, and Specific Tools and Techniques Limited, which are purportedly engaged in projects awarded by Hawaiian Technology Nigeria Limited. The union said that the grievances against these subcontractors include the appalling working conditions resembling modern-day slavery, lack of entitlement commensurate with workers' effort, and the absence of adequate security measures, especially during late-night field assignment. The 44-year-old opposition candidate Bassirou Diomaye Faye has been sworn in as the 5th Senegalese president, as Senegal's youngest president, after sweeping to a first-round victory on the pledge of radical reform 10 days after he was released from prison. Faye took over from immediate past President Macky Sall on Tuesday, April 2, 2024, an event witnessed by African leaders in the new town of Damidola near the capital, Dakar. Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the chairman of the Economic Community of West African State ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government also attended the inauguration. Troops of the Nigerian Army in separate operations conducted in Zamfara and Katsina State killed no fewer than 11 terrorists. The terrorists were killed following a raid on terrorist kingpin enclaves in the state. In Zamfara, the hideout of the terrorist leader Hassan Yatangwai in the Safe local government area was raided, which resulted in a gun battle with 2 of his men killed in the operation. Weapons and military uniforms were recovered from terrorists. The army says that several terrorists fled with gunshot injuries during the gun duel that ensued during the operation, adding that during the raid in Sambrisa Forest, men killed 3 terrorists and destroyed their hideout in the forest. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Lekuleyede, says that the anti-graft agency under his leadership will continue to be broad-based, holistic and unsparing of anyone linked with any form of economic and financial crimes. Ola Lekuleyede made this known in Abuja at the anti-corruption concert organized to create awareness and public involvement in the fight against internet crimes. He said the commission is not only focusing on internet fraudsters, but also on every form of economic and financial crimes. EFCC boss therefore cautioned youth against indulgence in internet-related offenses, pointing out that the consequences of being convicted for such crimes are grave. He further charged youth to embrace hard work and diligence, saying that the path of success is the path of hard work and dignity. The Corps Marshal of Federal Road Safety Corps, Daud Abiu, has directed the Kogi State Sector Commander of the Corps to commence a detailed investigation which will lead to the prosecution of drivers responsible for a crash in the state. The prosecution of the drivers will be carried out due to the recent collaboration between the Corps, the Nigerian Bar Association, and the state judiciary. This was contained in the statement signed by the FRAC spokesperson Jonas Agu. According to the statement, the crash that occurred on Sunday involved a total of 4 vehicles comprising 2 Dangote trucks, 1 Sharon bus, and 1 motorbike. The impact of the crash resulted in a fire that killed the 12 passengers in the bus and the motorbike rider. The University of Ilorin has expelled and rusticated 19 students, including 6 final-year students of the institution, for alleged involvement in various offenses. The Director of Corporate Affairs of the institution, Kunle Akojin, in a statement says the approval of the expulsion and rustication of the affected student by the Vice Chancellor Wahab Abu-Hassan was sequel to the recommendations of the Student Disciplinary Committee at the 220th, 221st meeting. He says that the affected students were penalized for offenses ranging from misconduct, theft, examination malpractice, hostel bed space racketeering, and extortion, beating a fellow student, admission racketeering, extortion, and assault. He added that the penalties for the offenses committed by the student included rustication for either 1 semester or 1 academic session, including outright expulsion. In line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed Hope agenda, the Office of Senior Special Advisor to the President on Special Needs and Equal Opportunities, in collaboration with the HELP, the Amputee Foundation, have organized a palliative distribution outreach in the form of foodstuff to persons with disabilities and fostering equality, inclusion, and political representation. Our correspondent Fawzia Lukman has the details.
In commemoration of the Limb Loss and Limb Difference Awareness Month, the Office of the Senior Special Advisor to the President on Special Need and Equal Opportunities, in collaboration with the HELP, the Amputee Foundation, organized a palliative distribution outreach to offer a helping hand to persons with disabilities facing challenges in accessing nutritional meals. In his remark, the Senior Special Advisor to the President on Special Needs and Equal Opportunities, Honorable Mohammed Abba Isa, calls on the development partners and donor agencies to join hands in bridging the disability and development gap, while emphasizing on the need for nourishment and sustenance.
In observance of the Limb Loss and Limb Differences Awareness Month, we have organized a food distribution program to provide essential sustenance to individuals and families affected by limb loss or limb differences. I also want to use this opportunity to call on development partners, donor agencies, philanthropists, and friends of this government to join hands with us in bringing the disability development gap. I believe that together we can build a more equitable and inclusive society where every woman and girl has the opportunity to fulfill her potential and contribute meaningfully to the progress of our nation.
On the motivation behind the collaboration, the founder helped the Amputee Foundation, Tize Kwaji Joseph, expressed displeasure over persons with disabilities begging on the street and wishing to support in the fight against the challenges and way forward by providing assistive aids.
Personally, I'm not happy seeing them begging on the streets. Begging is a kind of old-fashioned, and that is why we are trying to support these people by providing for them. And not only that, we are going as far as to make sure that some of them that we can afford to give them the limbs and the artificial legs so that they can have the sense of belonging.
Speaking on the impact of the palliative and expressing gratitude for the initiative, the beneficiaries have this to say.
Usman, we really appreciate for this today program, for the amputee program. We never see a lot of things like today. I really appreciate for the package that they gave us. May the Lord bless everyone, each and anyone that puts hand for this, for all those things that they give us. May the Lord bless everyone. We really appreciate. Thank you.
I'm always praying for our leader. All the time I pray for our leader, both our president, both our SA. Is always try for us, for the foundation, what they have given us. We appreciate. Thank God.
Fawzia Lukman, reporting for Global TV News.
Halima Abdullah Malik have freed one inmate and granted 4 bail from the medium security custodial center at Suleja. This was contained in a press statement signed by the spokesperson Nigerian Correctional Service, Federal Capital Territory Command, Adamu Duza. According to the statement, Justice Abdullah Malik, who was accompanied by the senior magistrate and other principal officials of the Ministry of Justice, reviewed a total number of 60 cases ranging from murder, kidnap, armed robbery, among others. 4 inmates were granted bail and 1 was released. The Chief Judge in her remarks said custodial center visits were statutory to ensure that justice is served. The Universal Basic Education Commission, in collaboration with key stakeholders, has commenced the process of developing a smart curriculum for bilingual education in Nigeria. Head Public Relations and Protocol, Universal Basic Education Commission, David Ape, in a statement in Abuja, disclosed that the Commission recently held a workshop for curriculum adaptation for the bilingual schools, where experts and brainstorming sessions on becoming the best curriculum for the unique schools. He said that the Deputy Executive Secretary Technical of UBC, Professor Baba Zakiri, who doubles as the project supervisor for the bilingual education program in Nigeria, called for a standardized approach in development of the bilingual education curriculum. Zakiri noted that UBEC is working to ensure the success of bilingual education program right from the construction of the schools in the 9 focal states to the engagement of experts in a series of programs. He added that Nigeria is very unique given the peculiarity of the nation's population, where the country has more than 7 million learners at the early childhood care development education alone and more than 47 million at the primary level. You're watching News Prime, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using our Global TV engine, other handles now shown on the screen. When News Prime returns, Naira recovery now tackle inflation. These and all the stories coming right after this break. Stay with us. This is Global Television bringing live broadcasts of News Prime. Many times will still stand with us. On the foreign scene, Iran has promised a response after its consulate in the Syrian capital Damascus was destroyed in a suspected Israeli missile attack, killing 7 people, including a top commander and his deputy. Brigadier General Mohammed Reza Zahidi, a senior commander in the Quds Force of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, and his deputy General Mohammed Hadi were killed in Monday's attack. Israel had long targeted Iran's military installations in Syria and those of its proxies, but Monday's attack was the first time it had targeted the embassy compound itself. Now, Russia's FSB security service has said that 4 people arrested in the foul terror plot had provided money and arms for a deadly attack on a Moscow concert hall last month. More than 140 people were killed when gunmen stormed the Crocus City Hall venue on March 22 before setting the building on fire in the most fatal attack in Russia for 2 decades. The FSB said in a statement that it arrested a group of 4 a day earlier in the southern Dagestan region, were directly involved in the financing and supply of terrorist means to the perpetrators of the terrorist act carried out on 22nd March in the Crocus City Hall in Moscow. 3 children were injured in a shooting at an elementary school in Finland, and the suspect, who was also a minor, was later apprehended. Finland police said that the victims were taken to hospitals, and the shooting took place in the Vetula schools in Vantaa, a suburb to the capital, Helsinki, who was around 800 students from the 1st to 9th grade and a staff of some 90 people. According to the local municipality, however, the Vetula school's principal, Sari Lasila, said in a statement declining to comment further on the incident. On the business news, there was palpable tension in some part of Lagos on Monday as a number of fuel stations were shut over supply disruptions. In Akon-Wuja, Ibeda, Iganda axis, it was observed that the manifold outlets were shut. It was observed that mobile filling stations along the Ikotun-Idomo Road and the Odo-Iran axis of the Shere-Aganda Road were dispensing fuel. It was also observed that the 2 mobile fuel stations had long queues along the Igbeda-Akwonjo axis. It was observed that only an outlet belonging to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, located on the Akwonjo Road, was dispensing also. It was also observed that a number of fuel stations along the Mawe-Bavo axis of Ogun State were not selling as of Monday morning. And in continuation to ensure safety of lives and property in the Niger Delta region, the gallant troops of the Joint Task Force South-South Operation Delta State, comprising troops of Quick Response Force of Headquarters Land Maritime and the Air Commandant, rescued 9 kidnapping victims. The freed victims were said to be kidnapped on March 29, 2024, along the Patani-Ogweli Road in Delta State. The Rear Admiral John Okeke, commander of the Joint Military Force deployed to Niger Delta, confirmed the development, said that 10 suspected kidnappers were arrested in the rescue of the victims, who included an NYSC member and a Navy rating. The Nigerian Railway Corporation generated 1.07 billion revenue from passengers in the Q4 of 2023. This is contained in the National Bureau of Statistics Rail Transportation data for Q4 2023 released in Abuja. The report showed that the figure decreased by 7.51% compared with 1.15 billion naira generated in the Q4 of 2024. Similarly, it showed that 423.22 million naira was collected as of 2023 as revenue from the goods cargo. This increased by 169.16% from 157.23 million received in the quarter year of 2022. The Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria says that recovery of the Naira has led to a relative decrease in the prices of goods and services in the country. The president of the association, Aminu Wadebe, said this in a statement. He held the decision of the Central Bank of Nigeria to allow Bureau de Change to operate in the foreign currency market, adding that it was a major factor in the recovery of the Naira. It could be recalled that CBN banned the operations of BDCs in July 2021 as part of measures to stabilize the local currency. He has been championing the campaigns for BDCs to be allowed to operate formally in the currency market. The Apex Bank in February reinstated BDCs as an official forex market. And in the statement, the president said that aside from monetary policy tightening that led to interest rate hikes and more investment in government instruments and clearance of forex backlog forward commitment, the recall of the BDCs had significantly boosted dollar liquidity at the retail end of the forex market. But on turn to Kikilumo Kere for more updates on business news.
And welcome to Business Report on Prime News. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, has set a new 2024 base gas price for companies in the power sector and commercial users. This is contained in a statement signed by Farouk Ahmed, the authority chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. According to the statement, companies in the power sector will pay $2.42 MMBTU for wholesale gas purchase, while commercial users will buy natural gas at $2.92 MMBTU. Furthermore, the NMDPRA referenced provision of the new Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, as the legal backing for its latest decision. Additionally, the NMDPRA set the floor price for gas-based industries, such as producers of ammonia, methanol, low-sulfur diesel at $0.92 MMBTU. In the first quarter of 2024, the NGX posted an increase of 39.84%, hitting an all-share index of 104,552.06 points. The market capitalization of the NGX also appreciated by 44.5% to close the quarter at 59.13 trillion naira, representing an 18.21 trillion naira increase from 40.92 trillion naira at the start of 2024. The exceptional performance of the market was driven by the exceptional performance of the individual stocks. The Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprises says the CBN's strategic timeline for bank recapitalization will minimize disruption and dislocation in the financial system. The Chief Executive Officer of the CPPE, Muda Yusuf, stated this in a statement, saying that the proposed recapitalization of banks should be done in a manner that would minimize shock and disruption to the bank system and economy at large. Yusuf noted that with the current approach and the timeline given by the CBN, the risk of bank collapse or hasty mergers and acquisition should be minimized. According to him, it is also laudable that the current categorization of banks with the differential capital requirement has been maintained for both international, national, and regional. According to him, small businesses account for over 50% of the GDP. Kikilumo Kere, Global Television News.
Let's take a look on the entertainment scene. The Nigerian music sensation of Burna Boy has clinched the title of Best African Music Artist at the 2024 iHeart Radio Music Awards held in the United States. The highly anticipated event, broadcasted live and hosted by rapper Ludacris, Burna Boy rise to the top of the African music category, marking a significant achievement in his career, adding to the Nigerian triumph. Rema's track, Calm Down, featuring Selena Gomez, secured the title of Best Collaboration of the Year, further solidifying Nigeria's presence on the international music scene. With their wins at the iHeart Radio Music Awards, Burna Boy and Rema now stand alongside fellow Nigerian artists Wizkid and themes as recipients of the X-Team accolade prior to his triumph at the iHeart Radio Music Awards. Burna Boy had faced disappointment at several awards shows, including the Best Hip Hop Awards, Grammys, and the NAB Image Awards and the Brit Awards. At the world of sports, Liverpool manager Jurgen's club is determined to enjoy the closing stages of the Premier League title race for all its twists and turns in what will be its final season at the Anfield. The Reds came back from conceding an early goal against Brighton to 2-1 thanks to goals from Luis Diaz and Mohamed Salah. With Manchester City and Arsenal playing out a goalless draw, Liverpool are now 2 points clear at the top of the table with 9 matches left to play. Liverpool's run includes games against Manchester United, Tottenham and Aston Villa, 6th, 5th and 4th respectively. South Africa goalkeeper Kayin Swart says Nigeria cannot stop their quest for future at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. The Israeli side are in Abuja for the first leg of the final round qualifier. Bayana will host the reverse fixtures in Pretoria next week, Tuesday. Swart is, however, optimistic that Bayana will beat the Super Falcons to the ticket. Playing against Nigeria is always a great battle, saying that they are familiar with each other only because they have had battles for many years up to now, and this one is not a difference. We'll now join Anthony Mamodu for more updates on sport news.
Hello and welcome to Business Report on Prime News. The Nigerian midstream and downstream
Hello sport fans, welcome to Sports News Update. OGC Nice striker Terry Murphy is on his way to creating another Nigerian milestone in the French Ligue 1 after reaching a landmark 50 goals in their 2-1 loss at home against Nantes. Murphy scored a penalty to restore parity for Nice after Matthias Ablain had given Nantes a first-half lead. But the visitors struck the winner in less than 5 minutes from the spot through Egypt's Mustafa Mohamed for an important victory. His 50th strike in 126 games now puts him third among Nigeria's highest goal scorers in the history of the French top flight. Former Super Eagles winger John Otaka leads with 59 goals in 239 games, while former Eagles striker Victor Ikpeba is second with 55 goals in 170 games. With just 9 goals behind Otaka, in no time Murphy can become the all-time Nigerian highest goal scorer in the League One and has played a lesser number of games than Otaka and Ikpeba. Murphy's League One journey began at FC Lorraine, where he scored 34 goals in 84 games and has now added 16 since initially joining Nice on loan last January. The 24-year-old joined Nice permanently from Lorraine in the summer of 2023. Rivers United coach Stanley Eguma remains optimistic that his team can weather the storm and reach the final of this season's CAF Confederations Cup despite holding a slim 1-0 advantage in the first leg of their quarter-final clash against champions USM Algeria. Augustine Okejakpepa's 10-minute strike was the difference between Rivers United and the Algerians on Sunday at their adopted home ground in Uyo, as another pulsating 90 minutes await the Nigerian club in Algeria next Sunday. Eguma, who made a return to the dugout for the clash, however, is looking at the bright side of the first leg result before they make the trip to North Africa on Sunday. Bayana goalkeeper Kayin Swart feels it's an advantage for them to start by facing Nigeria away in their last round of the Olympic qualifiers, aiming to use the likely hostile atmosphere there as a fuel to clinching qualification for the Olympics. Bayana take on the Super Falcons on Friday in Abuja before hosting them in the Loftus Versfeld Stadium 4 days later, with Andre Dalami withdrawn from the squad due to medical reasons. Swart is short starter against Nigeria, as the two keepers have been alternating in recent times. WBO African champion Oluwasegun Wahab is set to feature in the undercard of the Ring of Fire Fight Night, where the WBC champion Tyson Fury and unified heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk will meet for their undisputed bout on May 18 in Saudi Arabia. Wahab will battle the unbeaten British boxer Mark Chamberlain in a 10-round lightweight clash at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh. The Nigerian boxer holds an impressive record of 23 wins and 1 loss, with 16 of his victories coming via knockout, while the Brit holds an undefeated record of 15 victories and 11 KOs, as it promises to be an entertaining clash between both boxers. Undefeated in Africa, where he has fought in Nigeria and Ghana, his only career loss came when he made his UK debut against Liam DeLeon in York Hall in Green, London. And that's how we call it a wrap on the Sports News Update. I am Anthony Momodu.
As we have the global news prime, let's take a look at the top stories. Next, seat over state police as government's plan for its guards. Lagos again, fuel stations short over supply disruptions. Burna Boy, Rema among winners at the 2024 High Heart Radio Music Awards. Children injured in Finland school shooting minor apprehended. At the Sport Paris 2024 qualifier, the Swart beat Bayana, who beat Super Falcons. That's the package on News Prime coming to live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276 Kali. Follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and all the handles now shown on your screen. I am Edikan Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.